What's up, Aquarius, Aqua Mommies, Aqua Poppies? Was popping? I hope all is well. It's your girl, D, in the place to be. We're gonna see what's going on with you for Leo season 2025. Shout out to all the Leos. Hope y'all are having a blast and enjoying your birthday. Sending you lots of love, peace, blessings, and happiness during your season. This is opposite polarity of Aquarius. I believe is Mercury. I was just pulling up the planets today. We know we got Pluto in retrograde in Aquarius, and it is going to be in retrograde until October 13th. Your ruling planet, Uranus, is in Gemini, and it's direct, but it's going to go retrograde in September. So you guys are probably all over the place right now with your emotions and things. And then your opposite polarity with the Sun in Leo. And I believe it's Mercury. Let me see, where is it at? Mercury, Mercury, Mercury. Mercury, Mercury, Mercury. I'm hearing loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. Yeah, Mercury's in Leo, and it's in retrograde, and it's not going direct until August 11th. So I would say by August 31st, we'll be done with that retrograde period for Mercury. So, you're being affected, your opposite polarity, okay? And then your ruling planet in Gemini, which is square. Is it squaring you? You're an air sign. Yeah, so it is squaring you. I believe it is. No, is it? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Anyway, let's see what's going on and how these energies are going to be affecting you, Aquarius. This is a general read. Take what resonates, leave the rest. All right, let me see. I need 5 cards for my Aquariuses. Okay. 2, 3, 4. We're just going to take the one on the top. All right. Let me show you the cards, my friends, and we will get into it. Make sure you can see them first. So the first card that came out was the horse, the stallion, wanting to be free. The second card that came out was the cloud energy. All right. The third card is the jeans. In those jeans, looking scrumptious. I'm just hearing genuine. I said Gemini. Almost said Gemini. Anyway, you got the football, and you got the little precious, precious, precious one, little baby. All right. Make sure you can see the cards. All right. So Aquarius, with this energy here, just the canvas of what we're going to be dealing with here, it's like somebody is looking for freedom or wanting freedom, but they're not sure how to get it. Somebody may need a break. I do feel like somebody might need a vacation. They might need a break. Okay. Um, somebody, okay, maybe somebody is pretending that they're stressed out, but in reality, they're chilling. I don't know. Somebody could be coming to you like, oh, I need help. I need this. I need you to help me with that. I need you to help me do this. But in reality, they're fine. So be careful. Okay. It could be a family member, you know, it could be a friend. All right. I just feel like somebody is crying wolf, and I feel like there's a strategy here at some point here that maybe you get, maybe you understand. Um, I'm not really sure, but there could very well be a game being played. Now, I'm also getting somebody could be a free agent. I don't know how football works, but when somebody's no longer with a team and they haven't signed yet, maybe somebody is just like, you know what, I'm gonna just chill, or this is gonna be my last year, or something about free agency is what I'm getting with sports here, and somebody is not really sure what they want to do, but they're just chilling. It's like somebody's, like, okay, I'm not really sure how things are gonna go, but I'm gonna just take it in and I'm gonna just enjoy it. Somebody could just be in their childlike energy, just wanting to be free, wanting to have fun, wanting to relax, wanting to play. All right, so this could be an Aquarius who's just, maybe in that mood. I know where I'm from in upstate New York. It's Saratoga season. It's as famous as the Kentucky Derby, in Kentucky, and Preakness in Baltimore. Well, you have Saratoga. So I feel like some people are, maybe considering doing that. going and betting on the horses, things like that. It don't necessarily have to be about Saratoga, but I got somebody who's betting on the horses here, um, which is another thing here. They're trying to figure out a strategy to bet on the horses. I'm also getting somebody is doing some deck work. Okay, getting their deck remodeled, getting their deck refinished, or maybe you work um, in that particular arena where you remodel decks or remodel balconies, or you do the what do they call those things? The awnings, things like that. I guess somebody might be doing something like that. It could be something as simple as you saying, okay, well, I'm going to paint the deck or I'm going to stain the deck to, we need it remodeled. We need somebody to put it up so that we could just sit out and relax. All right. I'm getting somebody who smokes also. Their drug of choice might be smoking. Somebody is, going to a game. Somebody could be going to a scrimmage, some type of football scrimmage, or some type of football practices. I know in upstate New York as well, the Giants come up and they, do their thing over the summer. So somebody could be experiencing that, or wherever, the football team of your state practices during the summer and they start getting ready for the season. I feel like somebody's doing that. Okay. Somebody may have a baby, a small child that they have to now include into their schedule and what's going on and things like that. So I feel like somebody's trying to put things in alignment or in order in reference to a baby. I don't know. Somebody's horse could be having a baby as well. So somebody could be into horses, like I was saying with the horse racing season. Somebody may have maybe a breeder of horses. Okay. And now that we're in the season, they can sit back and relax because they did everything they needed to do. Let's see what else is going on here. Tell me about this horse, because the horse represents being free. Yeah, readiness. So, I think, let me just double check. I think with Leo, when I did Leo's reading, which was the first one I would have done, this card came out, and I'm almost certain the card came out in the same position. I want to just double check that. I'm 90% certain that's the case. Let me see. It's taking forever to load in, y'all. Leo. It's Leo season. All right, so I'm pulling up the video right now, but I'm almost certain because this could be the same type of energy you're feeling. Very sexual energy. Okay. Actually, yeah, it was. So the Leo reading got the same type of energy as the first card that came out. So somebody could definitely be interested and ready to be free, okay, to have fun, to relax. Somebody might be ready to smoke. Somebody could be wanting to be on vacation. I'm also getting a deck of a boat. So somebody could be going on a cruise or just chilling out on the boat, on the water, okay, smoking a little something. All right. Somebody could be flying as well. Maybe they're taking a flight. Somebody could be ready. We have the blind card that came out with the clouds. Okay, so somebody's not able to see something because their head's in the cloud. They're not able to see what's going on. The thing is that somebody's ready, but the challenge is they don't know what to do. They're not sure which way to go or how to do it. What's hidden from them is the genes, the relaxed state of the genes, or just being relaxed, not taking something seriously, which is marriage. Okay. So somebody could be hmm somebody could be on their way to a wedding or going to a wedding, or maybe they don't know that they're going to be proposed to. Somebody might be going on a trip and might be proposed to. Somebody could be trying to sneak and, do a sneak engagement or totally catch someone by surprise. Okay. Yeah, because I feel like there's a strategy here with this football. It could be you. Okay, with the live and learn here, you may have learned a strategy, learned a particular strategy about how to do something, how to go about doing something. Or, you could be giving someone advice on something in reference to marriage and how to get ready. Yeah, this is somebody sharing a secret about a child with the indulgence in the child energy. Somebody, okay, so maybe somebody's not telling a child something. Somebody could be I'm just getting like a spur of the moment wedding. It's like we're not gonna plan it, we're just gonna go ahead and do it. Um, there could be family members. You could be maybe invited to a wedding, and what you may be finding out is that the people who are getting married, maybe they're in pregnant energy. Okay, this might be something that catches you off guard, or you may hear that somebody who has always been single is now married or is getting married. Okay, maybe because they have a child with someone, something like that, or somebody is trying to, I don't know, somebody's trying to plan to get someone to marry them by having a child. I'm getting somebody's also doing some very immature shit like gossiping, low vibrational shit, talking about somebody and talking about somebody's child. This is somebody who, okay, there's another thing here where somebody is like, child, that child went and had that. This is the energy of somebody who maybe went and had a baby by someone they really want married. A lot of women go through this. They had a baby by somebody they really wanted marriage and wanted to be a wife, but instead of allowing that to happen first, they ended up getting pregnant, and then they decided to keep the child with no real commitment. And so somebody's learning from that. Tell me about this readiness. Yeah, somebody was just like ready to settle down, ready to do whatever. They really wanted marriage, but they were real relaxed about it, didn't really say anything about it, or they did, but they didn't press the issue. So maybe this person was, ignoring them or not feeding into it since they weren't pressing the issue. And then the next thing you know, now they're pregnant. So let's see. Tell me about this readiness. Yeah, we have the Eight of Swords. So this is definitely something that somebody is not aware of. They're not sure of. They have an idea about something. They don't really know what's bothering them with this readiness, and they want to be free. It's like, okay, well, what's wrong with you? Why, what's going on with this person? This is a free spirited individual. Somebody really doesn't know what's going on with them. And it's just like, well, okay, well, I don't know. I feel like somebody could be gossiping about somebody. It's like somebody saying, "Hey, what's up with such and such?" And it's like, I don't really know what's going on with them. They're a free spirited individual who, they just do what they do, and I don't really know what's going on with them. And the blind in the cloud energy here is just like, okay, this is somebody. The challenge is that this person is not speaking up. They're not telling this person what they're doing. It's like, I don't know what they up to. I don't know what they into. I don't know what's going on with them. Yeah, here's the hermit energy in reverse. Because this could be somebody who is on, drugs. Is somebody, yeah, smoking. Somebody still high. Um, yeah, because this is an energy of, okay, so somebody could be like traveling to go see someone, right? It could be a wedding or some shit going on. And a family member could be going to travel to see the other family members, right? With the marriage. And while this family member is there, people are asking them, hey, how's such and such? Oh, I don't know how, I haven't talked to them in a while. I'm not sure what they're doing or what's going on with them. They could be all over the place. Well, what are they on something? Are they doing something? Well, I don't really know what they're on. I'm not sure what's going on with them. They don't talk to us. They don't call us. They don't, that type of shit. Right. But what's hidden is this person is actually chilling. They actually married, living their life, doing their thing. They just ain't told the other family members because they don't fuck with the other family members. That's why. So there, yeah. So here's temperance. This person is at peace. Do you hear me? What's hidden is the genes. They're relaxed. Okay, and the marriage and temperance. So this person, that's what's hidden. Tell me about this strategy, live and learn. Somebody might have found out that somebody is married. Somebody could have been dealing with someone who's married. You could have been dealing with someone and you may find out that this person is married and maybe you didn't know that. Okay, this person didn't tell you that. Okay, that could be the case. I just feel like I'm just getting an energy of someone who is actually already married, already involved in a connection, trying to pull you into something, Aquarius. And they're not being upfront and honest with you. And I also feel like you may have sensed that something is up with it. Like it's like an old trick. It's like, certain people behave certain ways when they got a husband or they got a wife or they got somebody on the low. They behave a certain way, they conduct themselves a certain way, and your Eight of Swords energy and the readiness energy is telling you that this person is not free. With that horse energy, they not free because they can't just go whenever they want and do whatever they want. Like a person who ain't married, you know what I'm saying? They can come out any time of the hour, day or night if that's what they choose. You can call them at any time of the day or night if they, consent to it. Like they are able to do certain things where somebody who's married is not able to do that. Right? And so for some of y'all, that's who y'all dealing with. But hidden is this person is married. You don't know that. But for some of you, you had to learn because this person might have been playing a game with you with the football energy and the live and learn. So you might have had to learn this the hard way because here's the Ace of Cups, okay? And then this card came out, which is the Queen of, okay? So you may have learned that this person is dealing with, you may have been in love with this person, okay? You could be the one who's finding out that you're pregnant. That could be the case, but this person is married to somebody else. I don't know, this is a third party situation or what? Yeah, here's the Five of Cup energy. Yeah, this is somebody who found out that somebody is married or has a child. So if you was dealing with somebody who's married, they have a child on the way, or hold on. Somebody might have lied to take some days off of work too, is what I'm getting here. Somebody may have a doctor's note stating that they can't go to work. Okay, that could be it. They may be talking about their eyesight. Something could be going on with their vision. So somebody may have gotten eye surgery, or maybe considering getting eye surgery. That's what I'm getting to as well, like LASIK surgery. Somebody may be getting LASIK surgery. Somebody also may have decided to walk away. Somebody might be giving their resignation. They may not want to be at this job anymore, so they're giving their resignation because they feel like the job is not healthy for them. Or this is somebody who works in the medical field. Another thing I'm getting is somebody who works in the medical field and they are just upset with the medical field and the way things are, and that they're an advocate for the patient, but the medical system where they are, or that they're a part of or affiliated with or work for, is not conducive to the health of the patient. It's all about making money. And somebody decided, you know what, I love what I do. I love helping people and helping people to heal, but I'm not going to do it in this capacity anymore. I'm going to, do my own thing. So somebody is definitely, learned. They were in the medical profession. They learned, so they were very strategic. They know the ins and outs. They know how it works because they've learned it. So now they're coming out with the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups, coming out and helping people doing their own thing. You see a lot of these people on YouTube, doctors of all sorts, health professionals of all sorts, telling you, hey, the medical profession, especially in the United States, is not stellar. It's advantageous to the money make those who make money, not to the patient itself. So for some, maybe you worked in pediatrics. And so, maybe that's what, you know, um, propelled you, because of what you saw going on in pediatrics. And it was heartbreaking for you with the Five of Cup energy. And, maybe there's some other people who work in that industry that you've had conversation with or that you're partnering with. So maybe you're starting your own shop, or you're starting your own facility of some sort, okay, to help others. Maybe it's to help pregnant mothers, okay? You could be a gynecologist. You could be you could be an obstetrics and gynecologist and gynecology. You could also be, somebody could be going to marriage counseling as well. Um, okay, what I'm also getting here is, for some of you, if you want counseling with your partner, You have to, if the health insurance is not going to pay for it, if you're just calling it couples counseling, you're going to have to pay out of pocket. What you may want to do so that you can get counseling is go to family counseling. So with your insurance, what you want to say is we want family counseling, even if you don't have kids. You can let them know, hey, we want to have kids. For some of you, maybe you tried to have children and you were not successful. So it could be that going on as well. Somebody's ready. They're trying to find out when they're what do you call it, when they're ovulating. Someone's trying to find out when the ovulation period is, and they're looking at what the doctor is saying, what their ovulation schedule is, um, and so they're at that point they're trying to, it's like I'm just getting, there may have been 5 different attempts to have a child, and maybe there's some issues going on with in vitro fertilization. Maybe there's somebody's using those technologies to get pregnant. Somebody is not listening to the doctor's orders. Someone did not give a prescription, or someone is refusing to fill a prescription, is what I'm getting as well. They're just like, you know what, forget it. I'm not taking that. I'm not doing that. There could be a gentleman here who is looking for something to keep him aroused longer with his partner. And maybe the doctor is telling him, well, there's certain things you should do and shouldn't do to help enhance um, that particular part of your anatomy. And somebody is concerned with keeping their wife. They're concerned with maybe satisfying their wife, making sure that their wife, this is what they're trying to do. Um, so there could be rumors about that. Somebody's talking about that to somebody. It's like, we can't have a baby. We're having problems having a baby because he can't get it up, or he doesn't stay hard, or, he doesn't desire me or want me. He won't go to the doctor about it, something like that. So something along the lines of these things that are going on here. Take what resonates, okay? Somebody may not want to have sex. Somebody may not like having sex. There could be a man who is like, yo, what's going on? What's up? Or a woman who's like, yo, what's going on? What's up? And their partner is just like, they're not interested. They're not turned on, or they can't get aroused, or they don't have a woman is not having an orgasm. Yeah, we have melancholy. Somebody just doesn't know what's wrong. That's what the head in the clouds energy, the clouds with the blind energy. Somebody just doesn't know what's going on. They don't know if it's a health issue. They went to the doctor. They're not sure if it's a doctor, if it's something going on. Somebody may have been given a prescription, like I said, but somebody's really not sure what the issue is with the Eight of Cups. I mean, the Eight of Swords. Why they can't get ready. Codependent energy. There's somebody here who's codependent on, okay, so for some of you, you might need to smoke in order to get right. Or you may need to take a pill in order to get right. Okay, that could be some of what's going on here. There could be a woman who's not getting wet when she has intercourse. That could be it. So it could be a pain having sex. Okay, there's something going on here, especially with Pluto in retrograde in Aquarius. This is somebody having difficulty getting aroused or getting pregnant or bringing a baby, full term, something along those lines. Or someone working in the hospital with children, or working as a gynecologist, uh, working in the IVF, on the IVF team. All right, excuses. So somebody's coming up with all kind of excuses, but it could be that there's a medical condition. That could be the case. Okay. What could also happen is this person could have like the okay, so there could be a woman who's with a man. He has a child with someone else, right? But now that she's with him, they're having problems having children, or he's having problems getting it up, something like that. Okay. And people are talking about it. I don't know who's talking about it. Somebody spilled somebody's tea in reference to something that's been going on as a child or something that happened to someone as a child, also, is what I'm getting. Hmm. Somebody might have suffered an injury, a sports injury as well, which is why they may be having trouble uh, having a child. Could be a man or a woman, but I feel like there's an injury that was suffered. It may be affecting activities. Puzzled, exactly. Somebody's really not sure what's going on or why. So if you're having some issue, you may want to go to the doctor and just get yourself checked out and see what's going on. Longing. Somebody is definitely longing for you, okay? It could just be that you're not attracted to someone. Someone you're attracted to is not attracted to you. It could be that, like I said, somebody is attracted to somebody who's married, and yeah, that codependent energy. They keep giving excuses as to why they're not leaving this person, why they won't leave this person behind. You could be pregnant by that person. And so you're trying to figure out, yo, I'm pregnant. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna stay with them, or are you gonna be with me, type of thing? Also, there's another scenario here where a man may have been with a woman for a period of time and never had children, had difficulties getting it up, or they just weren't sexually compatible, and for whatever reason, they never had children in the marriage or the relationship. Then he gets with someone else. Sometimes things happen because somebody, the universe is like, yo, I didn't put you together. It's not you. You two bumped into each other outside of the contract, right? Outside of the contract. So I didn't approve this. So this is love. I'm getting married. We're gonna have kids. But in the spiritual realm, you may not be meant to have kids with this person. So you'll sometimes see, and it doesn't mean that every circumstance I'm about to describe is like this, but sometimes you will see where someone has a very difficult time carrying a child. Like somebody could have had five abortions here, or five miscarriages here, okay, while they were married, right? And then they split up and they get with somebody else and they're able to have children with this person, or vice versa. Sometimes what happens is the universe is like, I didn't put you two together. I don't want your bloodlines mixing. That's another thing where you may see every once in a while. And again, not every situation that you see this in is the result of what I'm saying. Like, so for some examples, there's examples of, people who've tried to get pregnant and it, may have had multiple miscarriages, and then they finally have a child, and maybe the child has some type of um uh def what's the word, they have some type of issue, some type of health issue, where it's a health issue where it's something that they have to address for the rest of their lives. It could be any health issue, but the child did not come out healthy and normal, and that is because in some regards, not every situation like this, the universe is saying that no, I didn't put you two together, and as a result, there's a reason why I don't want you to have kids. But some people don't look at things that way. They just keep trying and trying. And then, maybe when they finally have one, the child is not well, right? Or not healthy. Or some people just never have them at all. And then they get with someone else and they have a bunch of them. These things happen, and that's where that you live and you learn energy comes in with the football here. There's a particular strategy that somebody could be learning or figuring out here. It's like what the universe wants you to have it, you want to have it. With the Queen of Cup energy and the Ace of Cups, the universe has got to get that to you, right? So maybe it's the partner, okay? Yeah, burned bridges. So it says lack of trust, disloyal, turned back on. So, maybe somebody's feeling this way because their partner stepped out on them and got someone else pregnant, but yet they've been trying forever. All right. I think we back. All right. Sorry. All right. I think we back. All right. Sorry about that. I don't think I said much because I noticed it. But let me just see real quick where I left off. all going on. Some what's going on here. There could be a woman who's not getting wet when she has in the marriage or the relationship. Then he gets with someone else, and sometimes when it's happening, just like I'm together. It's not you two bumped into each other outside of the contract, right? Outside of the contract. So I didn't want you to have it. You want to have it. All right, there we go. So yeah, so here is the doctor. Okay, the sage, the hermit, but the hermit did come out in reverse. So this is somebody who may have tried something over and over again and it's not working. Okay, that's why I got that five of pentacle energy in reverse. It could be health issues that somebody is having. So it could be an age situation or age thing going on as well. Um, but it could also be somebody who is literally having some. It could be diabetes. Okay, there's someone who's very attractive in the equation as well. And then we have air energy. So air, the clouds that came out, the communication. All right. So what the let me see something. Yeah. So yeah, this is something, this is up to God. When the clouds, it's all up to God. You don't know what's going on. Like this is what I was saying with the contract energy and the hermit energy in reverse. God may not want that to happen or may not have wanted that to happen with this person. All right. So maybe you are no longer with a person. They didn't want you, God could have been saving you. You know what I mean? Like you could have got with this person, been with this person, maybe y'all never had kids, and then this person stepped out of the relationship and had a kid with someone. That is God's way of telling you, okay, yeah, you were with this person, but see, confirmation was my word. You were with this person, but that's all that was meant to happen with you all. And a lot of times it's hard. It's very difficult because if you don't know anything about spirituality, you may be questioning what's going on in your relationships. But the spiritual component can help to answer a lot of questions. It doesn't make things easier, but it may help you to find an alternative perspective on why things are not going the way that you would want them to. So at this point now, you're trying to make a decision as to what you're going to do. All right. The relationship is going to stay the way it is as long as you stay in it. So for some of y'all, like I said, you're dealing with a man who may have a child with somebody else, didn't tell you. Maybe you found out, or a woman that you were dealing with, you got a child with her, so you thought it was your child. You find out that that's not the case. It's somebody else's. Yeah, time apart. So for some of you, you may need some time apart to just get your head wrapped around the situation and figure out what you want to do. It is always easiest to come to a solid, level-headed conclusion when you are out of the situation. So that means maybe taking a break from the person. Maybe we split up for about a month. Maybe I go get I go get an extended stay for a month and just, clear my head for a minute so I can figure out what I want to do. In opposed to we fighting, we arguing, we don't love each other, we having issues right now, but yet we staying in the house because we too worried about what other people gonna think, and ain't nobody gonna, yeah, that bitch thinks she gonna get my man. Hell no, I'm not leaving. When in reality, it might be beneficial for you to, get away from him for a minute so you can clear your head, and you might find out, okay, maybe the universe has something else in store for me. Maybe I need to let this go, or maybe I need to fight for it, or whatever the case may be, whatever your situation is. All right. But there's definitely a decision that has to be made, and things are not going to change. So you're going to have to deal with that. This person is not going to change. Whatever they got going on, whatever they're doing, for some of y'all got a partner that's hot in the ass. Okay. They doing whatever they doing. They violating the vows. They don't care. Some of you, they may have stepped out on you about 5 times already. This could be what's hidden from you. For others, like I said, you're dealing with someone who is married. And I don't know, you better be careful that you don't get pregnant by this person. Um, but, different variations of that is what I got for you, Aquarius. So hopefully this helped you in some way, shape, or form. I wish you guys the best, and I'm going to go ahead and do Pisces next, and I'll see you in the next reading. Later, Aquarius.